So I put together 5 top reasons why you should think about looking at embedded BI as the cornerstone or the driver for your digital transformation if you haven't already. The number one reason, no doubt, is improved decision making. So in each one of these slides, the next few slides, I have a statistic that comes from different sources, which talks to the necessity of the driver for this type of digital transformation. So Reveal, we actually do a survey every year. It's gotten to be quite large. We're on our 4th or 5th year. And one of the results of the survey was the ability to make informed business decisions is the primary reason for 75% of survey respondents to use embedded analytics. So I want to be able to make decisions in context, in place, while I'm looking at other things in my applications that I use. Well, how do you do that? You don't do that by clicking over to another website, to Power BI, remembering what to search for, then having to go back to your other application. That click tax is terrible. Embedded BI removes it. So the ability to access real-time data, the ability to visualize data instead of data in lots of data grids really drives those data-driven decisions, which is the number one reason, which is enhanced decision-making. Or I'm sorry, improved decision-making. Number 2 is the enhanced user experience. So 61% of organizations still use 4 or more BI platforms. Task and context switching losing as much as 40% of their productivity. This is the biggest time killer across every enterprise today. And while it does have to do with BI platforms, it has to do with everything. Right now, you have to remember to go into do not disturb mode to actually think and get time to yourself where you don't lose that productivity. We have inputs coming in from Teams, from Zoom, from Slack, from WhatsApp, emails come in. So in the past, we could try to at least maintain a level of focus, but today people really want real-time answers and they want to have that real-time communication with you. So all of these tools that, especially in the post-COVID era, have helped us drive business, they also help us lose productivity. So if you do have embedded BI in your applications, not only do you have a beautiful, intuitive user interface, you can do self-service analytics. So like I need some data, I'm looking at all the other things that I need to do my job. Let me go ahead and create a new dashboard right here in place, save it, and now that's available to me. I can even share it with my users. So that user experience, which really productivity is, it kills us with all of the context and task switching, is really a key driver in this type of a digital transformation. And then when you look at the majority of customers being ISVs, independent software vendors who build software, who then sell that software to others, how do you maintain competitive differentiation from your competitors? So when we talked about user experience, maybe this started in 2011, 2012, maybe 2010, around that time frame. The big talk was a better user experience is a competitive differentiator. That's the truth. If customer or prospect A looks at something that's legacy and old looking, and then they look at your software, which might be beautiful, have a modern experience, just makes sense, and it might not have all the features as software A, they still may go with you because user experience is a competitive differentiator, and so is something like embedded BI. So I need to upgrade an application. Well, let's see, how can we upgrade an application to our customers? Hey, you know what? Dashboards, modern dashboarding and reporting is a great way to do that. And that's where embedded BI comes into play. So firms with advanced insight-driven business capabilities are 8.5 times more likely to grow annual revenue by 20% or more. So you're almost 10 times likelier to grow by 20%. And who doesn't want to grow by 20%? A lot of companies still startup mode. You're trying to get that growth. Well, this is where you can make a big difference. So that's from a recent Forrester survey around competitive differentiation and insights, business-driven insights in applications. Number 4, increase adoption and usage. So from Gartner, nearly 50% of 400 executives surveyed reported that self-service data and analytics was a key driver of increased employee productivity. So when you look at your employees, and now we're not in the office anymore, right? Many people are working remote. You don't see the impact of this task switching tax. But if you were in the office, you would notice people have 4 monitors. They're all over the place. You're constantly moving between applications. Oh, great. We have BI now, but it's in another app. I always have to go to this other app. I lose focus, lose productivity. So I'm not going to use that BI tool. It's a pain. It just doesn't help me do my job because it's hard to use and hard to get to. So seamless integration in product analytics and simplified data management really does increase adoption and usage of your products with embedded BI. And this is critical. It's just like, you spend all this money on tools, but no one uses them. How do we know they're not using them? Well, you're going to know because you're not driving productivity with better decision making with your embedded analytics. At Infragistics, it's become part of our culture. Dashboards are the centerpiece of discussions. Now, it doesn't mean that that's where the discussion ends. Anecdotal and experience and that, customer touch is critical to making any key business decision. But having data and discussing data is how you really drive the business. And that's all about embedded analytics. And then number 5, to finish on our top 5 reasons, streamlined operations and cost efficiency. 39% of respondents in the Reveal survey say that their organization is using embedded analytics to monitor and improve productivity. Now, when I read this, I was like, monitor and improve productivity. Does that mean they're watching us? No, that doesn't mean they're watching you. They're not monitoring you. What they're doing is that when you're in meetings and you start making this cultural change to digitally transform for embedded analytics, you're going to start using data in discussions. It becomes the fluent language of your organization, of your enterprise. So having automated reports and data analysis, reducing that time and cost of saying, hey, IT, can you create a report for me? And then it goes on their backlog, and then you might get it a week later or a month later. All of this embedded analytics capability just drives productivity and improves how those discussions happen.